Hey guys, I wanted to make a video talking about my experience on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre playtest. If you've been watching my stream, over the weekend I have been basically maining this game. I have really enjoyed this playtest. It's been a completely fresh take on the ASIM genre, and it's been just a massive breath of fresh air, honestly. Going into it, I didn't really have any expectations. I didn't know what the gameplay was going to be like, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was enjoyable on both sides. I think as a victim, a survivor, it was a lot more enjoyable. There was a lot more you could do. As family, if you had a good team, it was extremely enjoyable as well. So I wanted to make a video just talking about my thoughts, not only on just how the playtest went, but what I could see regarding balance and what I would change moving forward, which I think is the most important thing for them to know. So the first thing that stood out for me was a tutorial. So with the tutorial of the game, they basically read out everything you need to do, which is nice, but it doesn't demonstrate, it doesn't show you how to do it. So especially for family, the killers, where it matters the most, it made it very difficult, especially for me playing family for the first time. I didn't know what to do. I was playing cook and I didn't know what to do. I was playing hitchhiker. I didn't know where the generators were. So moving forward with that, I think there should be a more interactive tutorial. That's the most important thing. They need to, highlight, as a hitchhiker, where the generators are. As a cook, maybe where a few blood buckets are. Just, give an idea on what you're meant to do and give a tutorial show you, what you're meant to be doing is your role. It would be really really nice, and it would just make the experience so much better, because there were scenarios where I was also playing family and I'd know what I was doing, but I'd have teammates that wouldn't know what they was doing, and it's not their fault. But I think it's just on the tutorial, to be honest. So I'm going to break this down, the next three parts, into the victim side, the survivor side, the family side, killer side, and the maps. So starting off with the survivor side, I think the thing that stood out for me the most is Connie is extremely good at just rushing the lockpicks. If you didn't know, Connie has an ability where she can instantly unlock a door. That does need to be changed. It's too much. And it will lead me on to my second point as well. You should only be able to carry one lockpick at a time. There were games where they were just over in a few minutes because you could just unlock 4 doors and you're out. And you can carry 2 lockpicks at a time, so you only need to make 2 journeys. It's not very, risky, and it just made things a bit too easy and too boring because there was no interaction. And I think this game shines best when there is interaction on both sides. So limiting lockpick carrying to only 1 would probably fix that. Also, I think at the start of the game, it's not really, there's no real reason to play stealthy at the start of the game. Like, a lot of games, Grandpa would just wake up within 20 seconds because I would just rush everything because, well, what's the punishment? If the bubba finds you, you can easily, loop him because there are so many, basically, free escapes. So they need to do something that punishes you for being, loud. Maybe I don't know. If you keep making loud noises, your progress when you're searching things is slower. Just something like that. Something just to promote you being stealthy, because it was some games, especially when you got good, were just too quick. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Sunny, I personally feel like, so with the 4 survivors you were shown, Connie with her lockpicking ability, as I said, needed to be changed. Leyland, basically a shoulder barge. I like that. Please keep it. Anna, you can basically take you can take a few hits without it dealing much damage to you. Sunny was kind of aura reading. Kind of a dull power. And that's something moving forward. I hope they either buff it or just make it a little bit more effective, if I have to be honest. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say regarding the Survivor. Everything else just felt really, really fun. It felt really, really fun. The stuns, especially door stuns, were really, really fun. Just the whole chase felt nice, because even if there was a good spot, even if the map was really against you, you can always just get a teammate. You can get your hitchhiker in to join in and help kill them. I think that's fantastic. So moving on to Killer, I think the thing that stands out the most is, again, if the tutorial was a bit more interactive, I think it would make the family side a lot better. And again, the one thing that shone as well is family needs a lot more cooperation. Victim, you can kind of rely on yourself, right? Because you can unlock the doors, you can do everything to escape. But family, you know, if you're playing Bubba, you can't go upstairs at the start of the game. You've got to hope your cook and hitchhiker are doing their jobs. As a cook, you've got to be hoping your hitchhiker's going to be turning on the generators. So honestly, I think things need to be highlighted a bit more for family. I think with hitchhiker, one of the generators needs to be turned on at the start of the game automatically, and they need to both be highlighted so you know where they are, so you can defend them. With cook, maybe highlight 1 or 2 blood buckets at the start of the game, just to show you what you're doing. It would be extremely nice. And with Bubba, I think Bubba's fine. I at the start of the game I enjoyed playing Bubba, but as I got forward with the game, as I played it a lot more, no, I kind of found him a bit boring. But he's he's cute. He's cute. He'll be enjoyable. And maps wise, I think that's the final topic. I think the family house is pretty much perfectly designed. It's small, it's compact, and I think the gameplay is really fun. Slaughterhouse, I think it's a bit too big. There's too many places you can hide. It's a bit too big, and I think needs to be cut down a bit, because it's especially difficult to defend as hitchhiker. I was struggling at making from one generator to the other generator. It was too long. It was too much of a maze, and it was far too long. And that's something I hopefully gets changed. Again, maybe it'll help with the changes to my potential changes to generators. Don't mind me hitting a wall there. But I think Slaughterhouse does need to be changed. Also, what I was noticing as well, and again, it goes back to my lockpicking, on Slaughterhouse especially, it was so easy to just not interact with it. I had like 3 or 4 games in a row as a survivor where I could just unlock 4 doors in a row, and I would just run out and escape without seeing a single family member, and that's just, it wasn't really fun. And finally, as you can see on my screen, yeah, a few other bugs, just a few. But honestly, my overall thoughts is the game is extremely fun, and I cannot wait to buy it on release. I hope it's nothing over $35, $40. But apparently there's going to be 4 maps for release. There's going to be at least 5 victims, at least 4 family members. So I'm excited to see what they do. Honestly, again, I'm looking forward to August, because the game is extremely fun. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, and it turned out to be addicted to it. And I think a lot of the DBD community turned out to be addicted to it, because it reminds me, I think the biggest compliment you can give this game is it reminds you of old DBD, where, sure, there are unbalanced things, but I think the most fun is interacting with the other side. And when you're not playing for anything, I think that's brilliant. So that's going to be pretty much it. I don't think I have any other real things to talk about. I'm excited moving forward. I will be streaming DBD again soon. So have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.